hello fishing friends, and if you're new here, welcome. So recently I posted a poll and asked, what's everybody's favorite non-epic and non-rare fish to catch? And well, these are the top results. The marlin was number 1. The Mahi Mahi was number 2. The Opa, I believe, was number 3, which Opa is actually an epic fish, so that one didn't actually count, but it was in the list. Somebody added it there. And then the Wahoo was also on the list as, I believe, number 4. It might have been number 3, and then the Opa was number 4. I don't remember. But either way, those were the top 4. So I thought I would do a couple of videos, one for the Mahi Mahi and one for the Wahoo, because I already have the striped marlin video and I already have all my epic videos. And if you stay tuned to the end, I'll post a link to where you can go to both of those videos. So without further ado, let's start off with the first fish. We're going to start off with Mahi Mahi. Yep, that's right. We're going to go ahead and start off with Mahi Mahi because it was one of the top ones that I don't already have a video on. So today we'll do Mahi Mahi, and I will do Wahoo in my next video. Alright, so first, I'm going to show you what I do to determine how I'm going to catch these fish. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring up my spreadsheet, and if you've never seen my spreadsheet, there's a link in the description that'll take you to both my spreadsheets. I have one for US West DLC, and I do have one for just South Korea. So click on those links, and if you need it for US West DLC, it's in there. South Korea, it's in there. So let's go ahead and pull up my spreadsheet. All right, so here's my spreadsheet, just a portion of it here. This is going to be the ocean tab. I do have freshwater and epics as well. So, and if you want to watch videos that I have for catching the epics or even any of the ocean rares and stuff like that, they're all in there as well. So let's go ahead and take a look at the Mahi Mahi. Okay, so as you can see at the top here, I have spoon, spinner, soft bait, minnow, crankbait, metal jig, popper, and whopper plopper for the lures. And on the right side, I have all the bait: dough ball, grasshopper, worm, krill, shiner, and crawfish. Now what those represent, the different colors below them, are what color that fish will be when you are using that lure. So this is what we call a color code for fishing on the Real VR Fishing. So if you look at the Mahi Mahi and right below that the yellowtail amberjack, you can see that both of those are the exact same color code. So that makes it a little difficult to target Mahi Mahi on South Korea. But if you look over in the depth, Mahi Mahi is on all depths, so you'll be able to see it on the bottom, and yellowtail amberjack is on the top or the middle depth. So if you're looking at the fish finder, because we're going to do all this with the fish finder, and you see one that's really bright, that means it's at the top of the water. So you know that for sure that's a yellowtail amberjack. And if you see one that's really, really, really dim, that is probably the Mahi Mahi. Now the amberjack could be in the middle, so it's kind of hard sometimes to determine the top and the middle. Now you can go back to easy mode and see it pretty easily, because you can tell where they're at on easy mode. But if you're using the fish finder like we'll be doing today, we're going to be looking for a very dim fish on the bottom if we're on South Korea. Now, if you look on this map or on this spreadsheet here, this is my US West DLC. And as you can see, the Mahi Mahi is only on location 20, and the yellowtail amberjack is on locations 16 through 19. So they made it a little bit easier on the US West DLC. On South Korea, both the Mahi Mahi and the amberjack are on all the locations for saltwater. So that's where you would have to use the depth to determine if it's a Mahi Mahi or an amberjack. So I'm going to go ahead and take you to South Korea to start, and then I will take you to US West DLC. We'll go to location 20 and catch a Mahi Mahi in both locations, just so you can kind of see the difference between the two on what we're going to be looking for. All right, so let's go ahead and go to location 20 of South Korea. Okay, here we are on location 20 of South Korea. Let's go ahead and pull up our fish menu here. And if you remember, on my spreadsheet, on the Mahi Mahi, the lures were metal jig, that it was going to be green, and the popper, that it was going to be green. That's kind of nice because both of those lures are right next to each other. So it's easy to switch between the two to target these fish. Now I'm going to go ahead and pull up my rod here. And I'm starting off with a metal jig. And as you see, if I push the thumbstick to the right one time, it'll go to the popper. So as we do that, I'm going to go back to my metal jig, and we're going to look for a green fish. There's a green fish right there, and it's a green huge fish. So we're looking at the huge fish because this is going to be a huge fish. I'm going to press right one time, and as you can see, it stayed green. Now, notice it's bright though. So that means it's the yellowtail amberjack. So we're not going to go after that fish. We're going to go back. Yep. So we don't have any that could be a Mahi Mahi on this map. So I'm going to go ahead and do a reset. And to do a reset, all we're going to do is switch to expert, back to hard, and pull up our fish finder again. Again, there's another bright green one there. We automatically know right away that that's not it. So I'm going to reset again. I'm going to continue to do this until I find a dim, like this small fish back here, a really dim fish. I mean, this could be a Mahi Mahi because Mahi Mahi is on all levels. But if we're trying to target it specifically, you're going to get a lot of yellowtail amberjacks going after that one. But if you don't mind, I mean, if you're just going for XP or just for fun, and you're not trying to fill your tank full of 50 Mahi Mahi, go ahead and catch that guy. You know, it's not going to hurt anything. And there's a good chance that it could be a Mahi Mahi, but there's a huge chance that it's going to be a yellowtail amberjack because those are all over the place. So I'm going to go ahead and reset. All right, so there's one that's kind of dim, but again, it looks like it might be a mid-level. I'm going to go ahead and switch over here. So as I switch to my popper, it's still green. Go back to my metal jig. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to go ahead and catch that guy just to see if it is a amberjack. It might be, because it looks like it could be mid. But I know that for sure. That one's a amberjack. So I'm going to go after that guy just to see. It might be a Mahi Mahi. Now, as I'm going to do, what I'm going to do is I have my rod A, so I know it's going to cast out to 300 feet. If you had a rod B, it will only cast out to 250 feet. So that's what you can determine on where these fish are at. So when you cast out to 300 feet, as you reel in, I'm going to reel in every 5 turns of my reel, get you to the next line. So it brings it in 10 feet every time you reel one time. So I would count to 5, maybe 6 or 7. And then I'm going to let my lure drop down to where it's at. So I'm going to go ahead and cast out there as far as I can. It's 300 feet. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I'm going to go ahead and let it drop. That might have been to the left a little bit, but see, it turned red. We'll let it take off. We'll see if this is, by chance, the Mahi Mahi. Alright. Swimming pretty fast. I didn't see a fin. Usually with a Mahi Mahi, you would see the fin. So I am guessing this is the amberjack. And if it is, I'm just going to go ahead and release it and reset my map. It is. Going to release it and reset my map. And to release it, all I did was I pulled straight back on my thumbstick, and that snaps the line. You do have a chance of losing your lures, so if you don't have a lot of lures or you don't have a lot of money, you know, I'd say just bring it in and try not to lose your line. But yep, so we got another one there. It is, as you can see, turning green on both the popper when I switch between the two and the metal jig. So that could be, I mean, we know that could be an amberjack because that's on the top. So that could be a Mahi Mahi. I'm going to go ahead and cast out for that one. And that is around, so we got 5, 6, 7, 8. About 8. I'll drop it about 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. kind of out there where those bubbles were at a little bit. And I probably didn't have it right on top. It kind of moved over to the left a little bit. Oh, that was way over to the left. Let me bring that back in. All right, there's 8. I'm going to drop it down. Turned green or turned red already, so yeah. That's a small fish, so it was probably that guy right there. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Drop it down. There we go. I can't tell if there's a fin on it or not. Doesn't look like it. No, I don't see a fin. I'm guessing that's an amberjack. And we'll bring it in. Wait for it to jump. Yeah, I don't see a fin though. Pretty sure. Oh, no, it is the Mahi Mahi. Good. Alright, so there we go. We got the Mahi Mahi. Usually you can see a fin. Caught my biggest one earlier this morning when I was preparing for this video. And I seen the fin the entire time, so could have been just because it was humongous. Made this one look like a little minnow. Alright. So after I catch this guy, we will go to US West DLC, location 20. And we'll pretty much do the same thing, although with that location, it is a lot easier because you don't have the amberjack to compete with, like you do on the South Korea maps. There we go. Got our Mahi Mahi. Alright, we'll let him go. Don't need any money. Alright, so I'm going to take you to the US West DLC now, and we'll go ahead and go to location 20, because that is the only location on the US West DLC that has the Mahi Mahi. So, I'll see you there. Okay, so here we are on location 20 of the US West DLC, and I'm going to go ahead and bring up my pole here. And once again, we're going to be looking for this large fish, or this huge fish, I should say. It's the largest on the map, and we're going to press our thumbstick to the right one time. And so, as you can see, on the metal jig it's green. On the popper it is green as well. So we know that that right there is the Mahi Mahi. Because there's no yellowtail amberjack, and there's no other fish with the color code that's going to be green on both the metal jig and the popper. So, let's go ahead and cast out there. So as you can see, this one's a lot closer. Now if you want, you can just kind of cast out a little bit and, you know, try to get it 150 feet. Or you can cast all the way out like I have showed you before and count back. So it'd be 5, 10, 15, be around 18 to 20 reels in. So I'm going to go ahead and cast all the way out and do the count off just so you can kind of see it again. A little off to the left, that's okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. And I'm going to jig it a little bit. There we go. And I always use the metal jig. You know, the popper goes across the top of the water, which is great for catching the Mahi Mahi that are on top. However, if they're down below, the metal jig is the only one that will drop down to catch it that it likes. So that's why I use the metal jig. But if you're on location 20 and you want to use the popper just because you like the popping noise across the top of the water, then go ahead and use that. But I find I have better luck with the metal jig, so that's what I'm using. A little snap there. I'll have to check the leaderboard and see how how good my Mahi Mahi was that I caught. This is a pretty big one. It was huge. Makes me curious now. I'll probably go look at the leaderboard and I'll be disappointed because I'll be like probably 300 or something. Alright, I'm going to go ahead and release that guy. I'll tell you what, I'll take you guys with me to look at the leaderboard and we'll just see how big that Mahi Mahi was that I caught a little bit earlier. And then we'll end the video there. Alright, so here we are. Let's go ahead and grab the leaderboard here. We're going to switch over to fish. Go to huge and Mahi Mahi. Let's see where we're at. 194, not as bad as I thought it would be. So yeah, the one I caught probably about an hour ago was 92.084 inches. So it's up there, you know. That's getting pretty close. So that's pretty cool. It was huge. I wish I'd have gotten that one on video because it was massive when I seen that. I was like, holy moly, it's the biggest one I've ever seen. So, well, there you go. So there's my Mahi Mahi. That's what 50 Mahi Mahi look like in a tank. So if you want to do that, here's the video that'll help you do that. So hopefully this helped you. And if it did, make sure you give me a thumbs up on this video. Don't forget to subscribe so that you can see more videos like this in the future. And like I said, next I'm going to be doing the Wahoo. So if you're wanting to do the Wahoo as well, come back and watch that video. Thanks for watching. Have a great day. Bye-bye.